All right guys, welcome back to the show. We are bringing you this video to talk about some changes for Marshall Remodel. And one of the first things is we have changed our name from Marshall Remodel to MR Post Frame or Mr. Post Frame. And the main reason for that is because that's the direction we're going. We're going to be building post frame buildings and mostly post frame homes. Hit that subscribe button because we are going into a phase now where we have 5 post frame homes that we're going to be building over the next 8 months, and we're going to be doing an in-depth series on each of these. So if you guys are interested in DIYing your own post frame home, we're going to be providing tons of information. That was kind of our goal when we started Marshall Remodel, is to help people, for one, be inspired, to be motivated, and to educate you on how to do this stuff. And that's going to continue to be our goal. We've hired a creative director who's going to be taking over, or has taken over, all of our video and editing. I've hired someone to help me build. So we're really going to be able to amp up our production, our quality of content, our consistency, and the material that will help you be more successful and benefit you. We get tons of questions on a daily basis, and we've gotten to the point where we've grown so much that it's almost impossible to answer all the questions. So we're coming up with a new Patreon account that is going to focus on giving everybody the information they need. We're going to have a list of different parts of a build that we're going to discuss. We're going to take questions. Do you want to explain some of that?
Yes, I'm really excited about our Patreon membership that we are offering now. There's a couple of different membership levels that you'll be able to read about. There's a link in the description for that. But the first one is going to be a support level. So if you have enjoyed watching our content, but you're not necessarily intending on doing the same sort of thing, but you really want to support other people who are doing that, that's what that first membership level is going to be for. We are super excited because we're going to use a large amount of the fund to actually give more money, tools, supplies to other self-builders. So we're going to be bringing you a lot more information on how, if you are going to be a self-builder, how you can apply to be a recipient of that fund, because we'll be cashing that out periodically to do that. And it's going to be more of a style that you can submit your stories to us, and our team will review them, and we'll hand select people, hopefully at least on a monthly basis, to be able to give back to that community.
Yeah, some of that will depend on how many people are giving to that fund, but we're going to cash it out. And I'm pretty excited about it because, like I said just a minute ago, our focus has been to help people like us that have had dreams of building their own home on a piece of property or whatever the case may be. So I think this is going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great fun. And I know that our community, you guys are so supportive, and so I think this is going to be something that a lot of you will really enjoy being able to contribute to. The next membership level is going to be for people who want to self-build, want to self-contract, or just really dive into the education side of building. We are going to be doing monthly videos that will be set up like a teaching or classroom style. We will publish a topic for that video. You'll be able to submit your questions as a member, and then Paul is going to teach on the subject and go through your questions in a 60 up to 90-minute formatted video. We're going to make it very easy for you to search the video so that you can jump to the pieces of content that you really want to learn about, or go back and review as your project is going on. We feel like this is the best way to be able to provide more in-depth education than you can on just a regular YouTube video. And it's also, your question submissions will help give us a direction of like, what are the majority of you really needing help with? You know, Paul can share that self-build knowledge with you, and just kind of some of the ins and outs of self-contracting.
Will also give us an opportunity to go cut away to footage to where maybe I can show things. I'm a visual learner.
Yes, these are going to be high-level production videos because we want you to be able to use them as a really clear resource for your project. There's also a third tier, which is a very limited membership group. This is going to be for those of you that want to be able to have more one-on-one contact with Paul. Perhaps you want to make sure that you're getting answers to your emails, guaranteed response, things like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, snag one of those spots up, because we're not able to offer very many of them out of respect to the people that we're building for and just everything else that we have going on. So with the Patreon membership service, there is a cost to it. We have worked really hard to keep that cost extremely minimal, because we want as many of you to be able to participate in this as possible. We don't want it to be a strain on your budget, which is why you're going to see it being very affordable. That has no indication on the level of education that you're going to get from it. It's going to be jam-packed with all sorts of things that you need. And in addition, as a member, there is a special community group that you'll be connected with that we will jump into from time to time, but also the other members of the group will be able to talk back and forth with each other in this on these very specific build subjects. So you're going to get a lot of different feedback, because as Paul's always says, there is more than one way to do something. And so being able to, just really get feedback from other people in your same situation is going to be invaluable for your project.
Yeah, and hopefully there's enough people that you can find somebody and maybe connect with somebody that's in your actual build area. Because like I've said, building in Texas is going to be different than building in northern Minnesota or Canada or anywhere. There's different building zones. So there's going to be things that vary. The basics of building are the same, but there are going to be differences. So hopefully with that community, you'll be able to find somebody or connect with somebody in a similar situation that can tell you their experience and maybe what they learned along the way.
Yes, and while our focus is post-frame construction, I would say if you're building, any type of construction home, you could join this group and get a lot out of it. We're going to cover, radiant in-floor heat. We're going to cover insulation. I mean, really just every major step of the build, you're going to get a very in-depth video about it that kind of takes our content on YouTube to the next level. This is also going to give us a chance to bring in some industry experts on some of these topics. So I think you're going to enjoy that, getting somebody who this is their trade and this is what they do day in and day out. So they're going to be able to work with Paul on, maybe some even greater tips and tricks for how to execute that portion of your project thoroughly and of high quality. YouTube is just one of the ways that we are sharing content with you all on post-frame home and buildings. You can find us on Instagram. We each have an account, Mr. Postframe and Mrs. Postframe. We have TikTok accounts. We have a Facebook group that we're going to be sharing some very exclusive content to as well this year. I think that there's just a lot of different ways that you can learn about this and just follow along on these different journeys. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have so many cool projects. Each house that we're building this year is unique and will have some cool feature about it that I think you're going to really be able to appreciate.
And at the end of the day, my focus is to give you guys as much information on how I build. And like I've always said, the way I do things is not the only way to do it, and I'm never going to tell you you have to do it this way or it's wrong, because that's just not the case. So each one of these builds that we're going to be doing this year, like Emily said, is going to have different features. It's, a lot of decisions are made based on budget. There's no limit to what you can do to make your house better, but what there is a limit of is money. So as we go through these builds, guys, I'm not going to tell you that you have to do things the way I do it. That's not the case. There's lots of different ways to build, but what I am going to do is show you specifically what we're doing and explain to you why we're doing that. That will help you one way or the other. Maybe you watch it and you're like, oh, that works for me, or it doesn't work for you. But that's our focus, is to help you, especially the people that want to do their own building of their home. So we're going to do our best to bring you quality content in a timely manner, in a consistent manner. And we have, I think, 5 builds. So that's going to probably take us
well,
through the year.
We have, I think we're up to about 5 guaranteed projects, and then when we have quite a few other people that we're working with right now. So there's going to be an endless stream of post-frame home building content. We'll try to share some of our clients' stories with you too, because a couple of them are doing partial builds in order to be able to move into space and then continue on the project. And so it's going to be really fun and a lot of work, but I think it's going to be something that you all will enjoy. So thanks for watching today. Make sure you check out mrpostframe.com. We have planning and design services available there. We also have a lot of content that's searchable about our home, and we'll be adding it for our projects this year.
And as always, thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. Hopefully we can help you. And as we go forward, our goal is to help you build your dream.